Welcome to another intriguing episode from Sergeant Facts, where today, we dive deep into one of the most enduring stories of human history, the epic battle of David and Goliath. With meticulous attention to details, we adhere strictly to YouTube's terms of service to ensure you get the most reliable and engaging content. From the deep-rooted rivalry between two ancient communities to the unbelievable arsenal used in this fabled face-off, we've gathered 25 astonishing pieces of information that will enrich your understanding of this seminal event. So, without further ado, let's embark on this journey of courage, faith, and triumph. Number 1. Ancient rivalry between Israelites and Philistines. The tale of David and Goliath isn't just about the confrontation between two individuals, it's rooted in a deep-seated rivalry between two ancient communities, the Israelites and the Philistines. According to the Bible, Goliath of Gath, a Philistine city, issued a challenge that lasted an incredible 40 days, calling for a duel to determine the outcome of the larger conflict. This challenge was not only an invitation to a physical fight, but also a psychological warfare aimed at undermining the Israelite army's morale. The long-standing enmity between these communities set the stage for one of history's most extraordinary clashes, making this more than a story of individual heroism but also a saga of national pride and military strategy. Number 2. David the shepherd from Bethlehem. Our second focus is the unassuming hero of this tale, David. While he would later rise to be the king of Israel, during the time of this encounter, David was just a shepherd from Bethlehem. The youngest in his family, David's primary task was looking after the flocks. His role in the story comes to the fore when he arrives at the Israelite encampment to deliver food to his brothers, who were soldiers in the army. Unbeknownst to him, this simple act of fraternal responsibility would set him on a path to destiny. His curiosity piqued by Goliath's audacious challenge, David's arrival at the camp sets the scene for a legendary confrontation that has been told and retold for generations. Number 3. Goliath's monstrous physicality and its impact. Standing at a staggering height of more than 9 feet, Goliath was not just a giant among men but also a monumental figure designed for war. His armor alone weighed a phenomenal 125 pounds, and he wielded a spear that was likened to a weaver's rod due to its enormous size. The mere sight of this Philistine giant instilled a sense of dread and fear among the Israelite soldiers. His imposing presence was enough to paralyze his enemies, forcing the Israelites to rethink their strategies and question their courage. In essence, before any physical combat had even commenced, Goliath had already achieved a psychological victory over his foes, a facet that adds layers of complexity to this timeless story. Number 4. David's unshakable faith in divine intervention. A particularly remarkable element in this tale is David's unwavering faith in God. When King Saul and the entire Israelite army were paralyzed with fear, David was driven by an invincible confidence that came from his profound faith. He saw Goliath's defiance as a blasphemy against the God of Israel, and he was fully convinced that divine intervention would come to his aid. His spirituality wasn't just personal, it was intrinsically tied to his understanding of national identity and divine protection over his people. This theological underpinning offered David the courage to confront the giant and face immeasurable odds, turning this encounter into a clash not just of physical strength, but of spiritual faiths. Number 5. David's unconventional weaponry turns the tide. Against the backdrop of swords, shields, and spears, David's choice of a simple sling and 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook almost seems absurd. However, this underestimation of his arsenal becomes a game changer. With surgical precision, David uses his sling to project a stone that strikes Goliath on his forehead, causing him to fall face down. This moment is a masterstroke in the narrative, demonstrating that even in a battle of seemingly unmatched foes, ingenuity and skill can trump brute strength. This fact goes on to symbolize that victory often comes from unexpected quarters, and that one should never underestimate the power of simplicity. Number 6. Symbolism of the underdog. David's victory over Goliath has turned into an enduring narrative of hope and triumph for underdogs throughout history. The event encapsulates the human capacity to confront and overcome overwhelming odds. It's an embodiment of the power of hope, courage, and ingenuity, proving that challenges, no matter how daunting, can be surmounted. Whether it's in the context of sports, business, politics, or personal struggles, the symbolism of David versus Goliath has found resonance across various facets of life, encouraging individuals to confront their own giants. Number 7. The pinnacle of drama with a single stone. In one of the most dramatically charged moments of this story, David's well-aimed shot strikes Goliath squarely on the forehead, causing the towering figure to collapse. The sheer disbelief that such a small object could bring down a behemoth speaks volumes about the narrative's climax. Not only did this singular action win the battle, but it also turned the tides of war in favor of the Israelites, making this an epical moment not just for David but for his entire nation. Number 8. Decisive victory with beheading. David's bravery doesn't end with merely knocking Goliath unconscious. He proceeds to use the giant's own sword to behead him. This act was not just the conclusive stamp on his victory, but a psychological blow to the Philistine forces, completely reversing the initial dread that Goliath had instilled in the Israelites. This action sends a message resounding far beyond that battlefield, marking a decisive win for David and his people. Number 9. Philistine army retreats post-defeat. One of the immediate consequences of David's victory was the disarray it caused within the Philistine army. Goliath's defeat led to an abrupt and widespread loss of morale among his troops, resulting in their hasty retreat from the battlefield. This was a crucial turning point in the ongoing war between the Israelites and the Philistines, creating a cascade of triumphs for the Israelites that would follow. The impact of one man's courage shifted the balance of an entire military conflict, reaffirming that individual acts of valor can indeed change the course of history. Number 10. The making of a king through heroic feats. David's extraordinary bravery and skill did not go unnoticed by his people or his future subjects. The event was a defining moment in his life, setting him on the path to become the revered King David. His encounter with Goliath propelled him into the limelight, capturing the attention of King Saul and the nation as a whole. This newfound fame was not just a personal milestone but a national event that highlighted his capability to lead, establishing the foundation for his eventual rule over Israel. Number 11. Timeless legacy of David and Goliath. The story has transcended its biblical origins to become a cultural and moral touchstone. It has influenced art, literature, and even modern discourse on psychology and strategy. Whether it's invoked in boardrooms to illustrate the potential for small startups to disrupt larger competitors, or in sports arenas to describe contests where lesser-known individuals or teams triumph over seemingly invincible opponents, the story's legacy is both diverse and enduring. It serves as a narrative for hope, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit, offering life lessons that continue to be relevant. Number 12. Cultural adaptations and impact. The David and Goliath tale's influence isn't just limited to religious or historical discussions, it has permeated the cultural zeitgeist in profound ways. From works of high art to popular culture adaptations, movies, books, and even video games, the story has been told and retold in numerous formats and styles. These adaptations have broadened the tale's appeal, making it accessible to people from various cultural and social backgrounds, thereby magnifying its global impact. Number 13. Moral and ethical lessons. The story goes beyond its historical and cultural contexts to offer profound moral and ethical lessons. These include the importance of courage in the face of overwhelming odds, the value of resourcefulness and ingenuity, and the power of faith. Whether one views the story as a historical account, a religious parable, or a cultural metaphor, the moral fiber remains consistent, offering insights into human character and the virtues that are celebrated across cultures and eras. Number 14. Compositions of David's Psalms. One of the most intriguing aspects of the David and Goliath story is its link to the Book of Psalms. King David, who emerged victorious in this iconic battle, is attributed with composing many of the Psalms in the Bible. The influence of this event on his spiritual journey and his connection to the divine are evident in the poetic and often deeply personal nature of the Psalms. This adds a layer of spiritual significance to the story, showcasing the profound ways in which personal experiences can be expressed through art and faith. Number 15. Archaeological insights into historical context. The historical context of this biblical battle has been enriched by archaeological discoveries. While the biblical account provides a vivid narrative, archaeological findings have provided valuable insights into the historical accuracy of the events. These discoveries include artifacts and inscriptions that corroborate the existence of the Philistines and the Israelites, lending greater authenticity to the story. This blending of history, religion, and archaeology underscores the multidisciplinary richness of the David and Goliath narrative. Number 16. David as a symbol of faith. David's victory over Goliath has not only elevated him as a national hero but also as a symbol of faith. His unwavering belief in divine protection and his willingness to confront insurmountable odds have made him an enduring figure in the religious and spiritual traditions. David's faith in God, as exemplified in the battle, serves as a source of inspiration for individuals seeking solace and strength in their faith, highlighting the transformative power of belief. Number 17. Literary interpretations and analyses. Authors, scholars, and theologians have continuously analyzed and interpreted the David and Goliath story from various perspectives. Their explorations have delved into the psychological, cultural, and theological dimensions of the narrative. This wide array of interpretations contributes to the ever-evolving discourse surrounding the story, emphasizing its enduring relevance and complexity. Number 18. Iconic artworks capturing the battle. Throughout history, artists have been captivated by the David and Goliath narrative, resulting in numerous iconic artworks. The battle has been depicted in various forms, from paintings to sculptures, and even in stained glass windows. These artistic representations not only highlight the story's significance, but also showcase the diverse ways in which it has been reimagined across different artistic movements and periods. Number 19. David's leadership journey. David's victory over Goliath marked the beginning of his remarkable leadership journey. The courage and strategic brilliance displayed in this iconic battle laid the foundation for his ascent to the throne. As King David, he would go on to lead the Israelites to numerous victories and become known for his wisdom and rule. This transition from a shepherd to a revered leader is a testament to how pivotal moments can shape the course of one's life and impact the destiny of nations. Number 20. Inspiration for facing challenges. Perhaps one of the most significant takeaways from the David and Goliath story is the enduring inspiration it offers to those facing overwhelming challenges. The narrative reinforces the idea that regardless of the daunting nature of the obstacles in one's path, courage, faith, and resourcefulness can pave the way to victory. The story continues to serve as a symbol of hope and resilience for individuals navigating their own personal battles. Number 21. Historical and geopolitical context. Understanding the historical and geopolitical context of the battle between David and Goliath adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. It situates the event within a broader historical framework, highlighting the political dynamics of the time and the consequences of the encounter on regional power struggles. Recognizing these factors provides a richer appreciation of the events that unfolded and the implications they had for the people of that era. Number 22. Ongoing reverence in religious traditions. Various religious traditions continue to celebrate the legacy of David and Goliath. The story's resonance extends beyond its biblical origins, with different faiths incorporating the narrative into their own teachings and interpretations. This ongoing reverence underscores the story's significance as a shared cultural and spiritual touchstone. Number 23. David and Goliath in modern language and idioms. The story of David and Goliath has made such a significant impact that it has permeated modern language and idioms. Phrases like David versus Goliath or a giant slayer have come to represent any scenario where an underdog faces a seemingly unbeatable opponent. This linguistic impact attests to the story's resonance and its ability to encapsulate universal themes of courage, ingenuity, and improbable victory, making it a lasting part of our collective lexicon. Number 24. Impact on military strategy. The David and Goliath story has also influenced military strategy and tactics over the centuries. David's successful use of a sling against a heavily armored opponent highlights the importance of adaptability and unconventional thinking in warfare. Military strategists have studied this ancient battle to understand how smaller forces can effectively challenge larger, seemingly invincible enemies. The principles of surprise, speed, and the effective use of available resources, as demonstrated by David, continue to be examined in modern military academies and strategic studies. Number 25. Economic and business applications. The narrative has also found its way into the world of economics and business, often cited in discussions about market competition and disruptive innovation. Just like David's ingenious use of a simple sling to defeat a formidable opponent, small startups sometimes disrupt larger, established companies by employing novel strategies and technologies. The story serves as a metaphorical framework for understanding how agility, innovation, and a clear understanding of one's unique strengths can level the playing field in highly competitive environments.